When you feel like you're on the verge of losing it all, or you have that feeling, like what's your motivation?
Okay, so lately I can tell you it's like my faith, 100%. So like I've been adopted. Mom was divorced. We got evicted out of houses. I lost cars. Cars got repoed all the time. When you like have a rough month in sales, or maybe you lose a few people, it's never gets like that bad from people that go through like kind of, I guess, like rough childhood, or know what it's like to like be hungry and really not be able to buy food, right? I think in the end of the day, you look back on all the blessings and the things that you have in your life, and you're super grateful, because without gratitude, without you going like, if you just pour me, you're done. You're already done. One of my mentors told me when I was like first in business, every time I run into a rough patch, I focus on other people, because if I can start solving other people's problems and pouring into them, it automatically starts making me feel better. And I was like, that's the weirdest thing I've ever heard, bro. Like, how's I going to solve your shit? But at the end of the day, it works. I used to watch him do it time after time, and people loved him for being able to always pour into other people. So of course I started emulating it and trying that. And that's where I got into like my passion of being able to help people and build businesses and serve people through selling because of him. And when you go back to it and you're providing services and you're helping other people, you start seeing people and you're like, hey, well, what's your problem? How can I help you? And then they get real big problems, right? Because like a lot of times you look at what other people do and then they really have tough times, right? Like I was born in the United States. So anybody had to immigrate in the United States, or anybody that has, first generation, like it's way harder, right? Anybody that maybe doesn't know their parents, way harder. People that maybe didn't have the education that I had, even way harder. And so I look at some of the things that people overcome and I'm like, man, what am I even complaining about? In the end of the day, I swear you can only control what you can control. And so many people get worried, including myself, in things that you ultimately can't control. You can do what you can do. You can leave your mark on it. You can make your decision, and you can, act or react in the way that you think is most appropriate, but you can't really control what anybody else do, or does. So knowing that you can freely kind of give up that control. And to me, for my faith, there's certain things that I'm like, all right, God, this door closed, no big deal. What's the next one that's going to open? One thing I won't do is not continue to walk through doors, open doors, serve, help, like do everything I can to pour in, because every day I want to wake up in that day and go, did I give it my all? Did I not half-ass it? Did I really go out and like leave it all on the table that day? Did I come home and I'm kind of like exhausted and I'm kind of tired because I really gave 100%? And I think a lot of people, like, it's tough to say that you give 100% every day, but if you're around the right people, you want to give that 100% every day. Every day you're like, man, if I don't give 100%, like I'm cheating my family a little bit if I'm stressing or maybe not making ends meet the way I know I could, but I didn't give it 100%. What kind of shit is that? You got to make sure that you're giving it 100%, or maybe that 110%, maybe that level you didn't know, maybe that strength that you didn't have. I know for me, it's been tough and with work and the schedule, but I'm still waking up at 5:30 in the morning and I'm hitting the gym 3-4 days out of the week. And I'm not going 5-6 days, but I'm still hitting 3-4 days because I want to make sure that I'm keeping that momentum up, and I'm making sure that I'm keeping physically up with the stresses I have to handle in the business place,